Are you traveling a lot and constantly eating junk food on the road? It's not easy, I know. Sitting for hours can be very boring and chewing is the only thing that can keep you awake. Prepping food is also not the best because you feel like eating leftovers. This can all change today. In this video, I will show you exactly what I do to make my life easier when traveling and how I still hit my calorie goals in a healthy way. But first, let's hit a quick gym session before we hit the road.
Racing to the finish line, seatbelt, fast whips, got a win in mind. See me when I skirt off, ain't no 10 in mine. Friends keep saying slow down, should've seen the signs. Riding down this dirt road, where we going, I don't know.
Alrighty, that is a nice little shoulder day. You can clearly see that there is some pump to it, but I've predominantly kind of trained the front delt, to be honest, but you know, I think traps, everything kind of gets the work done. But I am super hungry, so I'm gonna head home and have a ton of eggs, which I'll obviously show you what exactly I have. But it is important to know that even though you're eating really healthy and it's bulking and it's this and you're traveling, you still need to come in here in the gym and work really hard. So just wanted to remind you of that. Let's go grab some food. Alrighty, there we go. So for meal one, I am having eggs on toast with avocado and of course a protein shake. Super easy ingredients: 6 eggs, 2 slices of whole wheat bread, 100 grams of smashed avocado, 2 scoops of whey protein, a banana, and 200 milliliters of water. So the calories and the macros are looking pretty good, and this is vital for when you go on these trips and when you travel. Why? Because it will keep you full for the first part of the trip, and also it starts the day off healthy, which means you could potentially fit in the non-healthy snacks later. I'm going to smash this quickly, then we hit the road and I'll show you what those snacks are. We are finally done and we are heading from Cape Town all the way to Worsley. I have never been there. I'm not sure how it looks. It's going to be completely new, but it is in the middle of nowhere. I can guarantee you that. However, the thing that you need to make sure is, I know I said prepping your food is horrible because obviously, you know, you don't want to eat leftover food. However, prepping food to make somewhere, depending on where you go, is a very smart move. So obviously I packed my biltong, I packed my steak and noodles for obviously making it there, and as well as bought a few things that we're gonna have for dinner, which is healthy burgers. We have made it halfway through the trip, and like I said, you get a little bored, you kind of feel like peckish, you just want to snack on something right now. Obviously what we sometimes tend to do is get, you know, the worst thing, sugar, something to keep us awake, and that's what our body is craving. However, you can get away with something with sugar, but you can always choose the healthy one. So what I've done is obviously a meal, which is going to be your honey and mustard chicken on whole wheat bread or brown bread. Then you've got your morning biscuits, so this is also something that you can snack on, of course. Then you've got some peanuts. These are always a really go-to. Be careful of them because they are quite packed with calories, but you know, a little pack like this is not going to make a big difference. And then for the sugar lovers, instead of getting a chocolate, why don't you get a little energy peanut butter bar? Obviously it has a little bit of chocolate in there, but nothing too crazy. Right now, if you look at the macros and the calories where we're standing at now, it doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It's still it's still there. We can still manage. So we're gonna go on the next half an hour, or not half an hour, the next half of the trip, and I'll show you how it looks there, and also probably have my third meal. Let's go. Alrighty, we have arrived at our beautiful cabin in the woods with a lake on this side, so it's kind of isolated, to be honest, but it is beautiful. And that brings us to a little snack that I love, and that is a biltong. If you're not familiar with biltong, if you're not from South Africa, this is probably the best protein that you can have, and it's kind of a cheat, to be honest. Not a cheat meal, I'm talking about a cheat for South Africans to get protein in their system, because it's so easy and so tasty. Anyway, I'm having about, I would say, 55 grams of this. So in total, this is going to be the calories that I've consumed so far. In about a half an hour to 45 minutes, I'll have my first big meal in this spot. Let's go. 250 grams of steak and 2 sachets of 2-minute noodles. Now, I know you're gonna say, Roche, 2-minute noodles, that's probably the worst for you. However, this is a road trip. We need something that is quick and easy, that's gonna give you nice carbs, and that's obviously tasty too. This is supposed to be fun, right? You don't want to come and have broccoli while you're on a beautiful place. All right, so the calories at the moment is not looking too bad. You know, it's not too high, it's not too low. It's kind of like where I want to be right now before the main dinner, and the macros look pretty good as well because of this gigantic, enormous steak in front of me. So I'm going to enjoy this. Probably take a little dip in the lake, and then yeah, we'll have the final dinner meeting. Let's go. Alrighty, 2 cheeseburgers and some potato salad. This is typical South African. I've removed the top buns to obviously, you know, restrict from white bread or extra unnecessary simple carbs. But yeah, there it is. Cheese, double cheese, patties on a bun basically, and the calories so far doesn't look that bad. It's good. The macros are all up to par, I believe, according to, you know, what I've calculated, and I feel like it's fairly healthy. I will be finishing because this is something else that you could do. So if you obviously have a little bit of a, I don't know, a sweet tooth like I do, and after this meal you feel like you need a dessert, and you're on holiday, it's weekend, this is something that you definitely should get. It's a little USN protein lemon cheesecake flavor protein bar. Again, in total, this will be the grand total, will be that many calories, which I think is really not bad for a full day of eating while you're road tripping. So I think the most important thing that you need to remember is just to, you know, make do with what you have and make good choices along the way. Like I said, with the snacks, that's probably where the problem is going to come in. And try and bring stuff home, from home, in a little cooler bag that you can make here, like the steak that I brought, you know, because if you don't bring anything, you're probably going to wind up eating something bad, or you potentially might go out and eat out and eventually have a pizza or a burger or something like that, and that's just not going to match. And if you do that twice in the weekend, it's not going to help, and the whole week of hard work is going to go down the drain. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Watch this one for more value. I believe that you will get more value from it, of course, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.